Guys, I would like to say during this time, we should be coming together as a collective. We're going to be uplifting each other. So, better days are coming. I would like for you guys to stay prayed up, stay being yourself, love one another, and then the light as a collective will grow. And God is light. It always prevails. Nothing new happens under the sun. So trust in my word. You're all loved. And that's all. Good night.
Today we will be in Buckeye, Arizona, which is the second largest city by area after Phoenix, and it is also the westernmost suburb that is part of the Phoenix metropolitan area. Currently, the population is around 20,000 people, and it is one of the fastest growing cities in Arizona. Many people from across the country choose Arizona as a place to live or retire, as the weather is warm year round. In fact, Arizona is the sunniest state in the country, as well as one of the hottest. Well, a family from Detroit, one of the coldest U.S. cities in the state, relocated to the sunny state and planted roots in the Phoenix area. The family, who appeared to be tightly bonded, consisted of 3 generations of women, but that bond was put to the test one December day in 2024, forever changing the family after an argument turned physical and shots were fired. 31-year-old Larkeya Lashawn Elliott was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan, and was the first child born to her mother, who I will call T. Growing up in Detroit, some of the best times in Larkeya's life were on Patton and 8 Mile, even though she grew up in different areas of the city. As a young child, she expressed that she experienced a lot of mental harm by others and found it hard to believe in the beauty she held. Her childhood trauma carried over into her adult life, and in turn, she had faced many challenges, trials, and errors. However, she overcame adversity with the grace of God and a praying family. Larkeya, who also went by Kia, attended West Bloomfield High School and Michigan Health Academy, graduating with the class of 2012. Before leaving high school, Kia received her acceptance letter for Wayne State University in Detroit and started in the fall of 2012. After leaving college, she eventually made her way to Arizona, where her grandmother, mother, and younger sister would all end up living. Kia was a very talented person who enjoyed locks, and not only did she do her own, but she was a loctician as well. Also, she started up a few other ventures with doing nails, selling lashes, and lip gloss. As for a 9 to 5, she also worked as a security guard before landing a job at the Arizona Department of Corrections. Then in the summer of 2024, she started working for the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office as a detention officer. The only thing that was missing from her life was her own family that she hoped to have one day. In the meantime, she had great support system in her mother and grandmother and was living with her OG, as she called her grandma, 71-year-old Debra Davis. Kia often said that her OG gave her much wisdom throughout her life, and Kia felt greatly blessed to have such a strong woman in her life. Debra gave her granddaughter life lessons that only a grandmother could give, filled with love, advice, and direction. Before coming to Arizona, Debra was also a daycare owner and a beloved member of the Detroit area. She and her husband shared over 30 years together before he was called home on December 1st, 2023. Sadly, though, just a year later, the family would be hit by an even bigger tragedy that changed the dynamics of the family forever. Even though Kia appeared to have a good relationship with her mother, it did not come without them bumping heads from time to time. On Mother's Day, Kia said, "Man, words can't express how much I love this crazy woman. Sometimes our relationship is like a scale. Sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. No matter the circumstance, she's still my mom who gave heir to the throne. I can go on, but this is not a book, so I just want to wish my lovely mother a happy Mother's Day. Without you, I wouldn't be strong. Thank you." Just like any other family, nothing was good all the time between the two, but for Kia, her mother was her Wonder Woman, and she was proud to call T her mom. However, on December 15, 2024, the mother and daughter appeared to not be seeing eye to eye, and a physical altercation would take place inside of Deborah's home. T and Kia were said to be having it out in the living room of the home, where Deborah overheard the commotion going down while she was in her room. Whatever was taking place was enough for Deborah to want to call 911 for help. While trying to make the call, Kia allegedly came into her OG's bedroom and tried to take the phone away, and allegedly punched her in the head and in the right shoulder. The report then stated that T entered the room and grabbed Kia by her hair, pulling her away from her mother. Then the two allegedly started fighting again, and this is when Deborah pulled out a gun and shot her granddaughter right in the back. 911 was immediately called again and were told that a shooting took place and the operator could hear a lot of yelling in the background. When police arrived at the home, located off 254th West Carson Drive in Buckeye, they ordered everyone out the house. That is when T came out of the house as officers were making entry. Once inside, officers found Kia suffering from a gunshot wound just outside of the bedroom door. Police then carried her outside and began life-saving measures, but sadly, she passed away at the scene. The Buckeye police officers also found Debra inside with a gun nearby, and she was taken into custody. During this time, T was also experiencing shortness of breath and was taken to a hospital for precautionary reasons. According to paperwork, Debra was later interviewed by detectives and admitted to knowingly and intentionally shooting her granddaughter after being harmed by her. Police added that Debra was not seriously hurt and that Kia was not attempting to unalive or injure her mother when she was shot in the back. Debra was then taken to jail and charged with 1 count of second-degree unaliving.
Tonight, we are learning new details about a grandmother who allegedly shot and her own granddaughter.
Buckeye police say the grandmother called 911 just minutes before shooting that woman in her back.
The shooting happened in this home right behind me where it's believed all 3 of the women lived together. I spoke with several of their neighbors this afternoon and they all tell me they were a quiet family. They never expected something to happen there. A Buckeye neighborhood garnished with holiday decorations is now left stunned by the city's first homicide of the year.
We live in a quiet neighborhood and that was a surprise.
Buckeye police say a family fight involving 3 generations of women ended with gunshots Sunday afternoon. According to court records, Greene Davis called 911 after hearing her daughter and granddaughter physically fighting in the living room. Elliott allegedly attempted to take the phone away from her grandmother by punching her in the head and shoulder. Elliott's mother tried to stop her daughter by grabbing her by the hair and pulling her away. During all of this fighting, Greene Davis allegedly took out a gun and shot Elliott in the back from a chair where she was sitting. Officers arrived at the home near Miller and Baseline Roads where they shouted commands for everyone inside to come out. The mother, only identified as a woman in her 50s, did come outside without a problem. Officers then went into the home and found Elliott. They did CPR, but she... Officers continued to search the home and found Greene Davis alone in a room with a gun.
My name is Debra Elisa Greene Davis.
Greene Davis appeared in court in a wheelchair Monday morning. She's facing a second-degree charge. Greene Davis is being held on a $500,000 cash bond. I did speak with the victim's sister, who tells me they are grieving this loss, but did not want to comment any further at this time.
This unfortunate incident not only took Kia's life, but left the entire family brokenhearted. Kia was the life of the party, funny, she loved TikTok with over 22,000 followers, and loved with 100% of her heart. Debra seemed to always be in her granddaughter's corner, and Kia always spoke highly of her. Sadly, things got out of hand that December day, and now a dark cloud looms over the family. Nobody wins when the family feuds. This was truly a lose-lose situation. I'm sure in this tragedy, Debra did not want to take Kia's life and will have a heavy heart from this point forward. I truly wish the outcome had been different and that things did not have to escalate to that point. Let me know though, do you feel that Debra shouldn't have been charged at all? My heartfelt thoughts and prayers are with the family during this time of bereavement and sorrow. Also, please don't forget to comment your thoughts and prayers for this family in their difficult time and hit that like button and share to make your people aware. And as always, remember to stay woke, things change quickly.